2024 is going to be your year financially. Why and how do I know that? Well, because in this video, I'm going to give you the blueprint and the step-by-step New Year's financial resolutions that you need to succeed with money in 2024. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you the best step that you can take to make it easier to handle your money in 2024, as well as I'm going to give you a special treat at the end of this video. So stick around for that. My name is Adrian. I like to talk money, personal finance to help you level up and enter into a life of financial freedom. With no further ado, let's get into these New Year's money resolutions for 2024. Now we're going to start with some baby steps, some basic steps. And speaking of baby steps, I think one of the most famous baby steps that Dave Ramsey has handed down to us is building an emergency fund. And that's what I'm going to suggest today, because in this new year, you want to start off on the right foot, because we know the year is going to have ebbs and flows. It's going to have ups and downs. It's going to have wins and losses, right? So what better way to prepare for those losses than to have an emergency fund? And you might think, well, Adrian, I don't have enough money to do that. I don't have this to do that. Well, this is the year we're not going to make any more excuses. Okay, guys? So whatever it is, try to build an emergency fund. One way I suggest of building an emergency fund, I know Dave Ramsey suggests having at least $1,000, but I have a way that can make it personalized to you. And that is, look at the last 3 years of your life. Now look at the last 3 emergencies that you've had over those last 3 years. What you're gonna do is add up the cost of those emergencies and then divide them by 36 months, which is 3 years. And that should give you a monthly emergency fund number that you can hit. And that is personalized to each and every one of you. Because let's face it, life is different for all of us. My emergency is going to be different from your emergency and from the next guy's emergency and from your next door neighbor's emergency. So start with an emergency fund, start with the basics. In 2024, if you want to succeed with money, you need that emergency fund. The next thing we're going to do for the new year is going to throw out the old and in with the new. And what we're going to throw out is the old income that you had, because this year you are going to increase your income. And it's very important that you increase your income, because at the rate of inflation, if you don't increase your income year over year, you're actually getting poorer and poorer. What do I mean by that? Let's say you get paid $100,000 every single year. Now, let's say there's 6% inflation next year. Well, what does that mean? It means your $100,000 is now $94,000 because you lost 6% of income due to inflation. So it's paramount that you're increasing your income at all times, whether that be increasing your skills, whether that be working more, whether that be adding a side hustle or a business, whatever it is, you have to increase your income every single year if you want to be successful with money. And that could simply mean that maybe you put more in your investments, and by putting more in your investments, you have more money working, compounding for you. That could be a way to increase your income. It could also mean changing jobs, but not necessarily getting more pay, but getting more benefits. Because sometimes you might switch from a job that pays $50K to another one that pays $50K, but the second job has greater benefits. It could be a job with a better insurance plan, a better 401k match by the employer, with stock options, or even just more vacation or sick time. Whatever it is, income doesn't have to be always money that comes into your pocket. Income can be looked at in a variety of ways, right? So whatever you can do to increase your income in 2024, that's one resolution that I want you to put down. If this video is bringing you value, guys, please leave a like for the YouTube algorithm. Consider subscribing, becoming part of the family, especially so you can know when I upload new videos every single week, because there's always going to be tips on personal finance, and those tips will be filled with value in a way that can help you to achieve these New Year's money resolutions. So hit that subscribe button. Now, the next thing you want to do for the new year to achieve your financial goals is to set smart money goals. What does that mean? It means specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let me say that again. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. What do I mean by that? You don't want to just say, hey, I want to save more money in 2024. In order to actually achieve these goals, you want to be specific. So you would say something like, I want to be able to save $10,000 more in 2024. So that's specific. And that's measurable because it's a number that you can measure. You're not going to say, oh, I want to save $10 billion in 2024. It's not going to happen, especially if you're not a billionaire. Then it's achievable because, believe it or not, $10,000 is not a hard number to hit. I know sometimes it might sound insurmountable, but I promise you it is not hard. And then relevant because you can look at it and say, I want to save this $10,000 in 2024 to buy a new car. Right? So that is a relevant goal that you can see in your future. You can touch that and you can keep on track with that. And then time bound, obviously 2024. So that means you have the whole year of 2024 to achieve this smart financial goal. So that's the next step you're going to do, is to have smart financial goals. Whatever it is, doesn't have to be 10K, doesn't have to be linked to a car or anything like that. Everybody's goal is going to be different. And then after you do that, you're going to want to do the next thing on this list every single year, but especially in 2024, because there's no time like the present. And that next thing is to invest in yourself. Guys, if you want to be the best version of yourself financially, you have to be the best version of yourself overall. Whether that be your knowledge, whether that be your skills, that could be your health and fitness, because as we know, health is wealth, and all of these things. So continue to invest in yourself, read books, listen to podcasts, go to networking events, try to pick the brains of people who are smarter than you. Surround yourself with people that are going in the direction that you want to go. All of these things is directly or indirectly investing in yourself, because without that investment, you will never achieve the future you that you see, the you that has money, the you that is financially free, the you that has financial independence and can have the dream life that you've always dreamed of and always wanted, but didn't know the blueprint of how to get there. That starts with investing in yourself. And this next thing that you're going to do is something that not a lot of people do. And that is to track your net worth, right? Your net worth is your assets minus your liabilities. What are liabilities? Liabilities are things that you owe money on. So that could be a car note, that could be a mortgage, a credit card, and so on and so forth. And assets are things that you own outright that have inherent value. So that could be a paid off house, a paid off car, right? And even just like your skills are an asset to you that you can use to produce an income. So assets can be tangible or intangible, but you have to be able to get into the habit of tracking your net worth, because you don't want to be further down the line, further down in life, not knowing how much money do I really have, because you can have a bank account and have $50,000 in there, $100,000 in there, $200,000 in there, and you might look and be like, I might be doing well. I'm doing okay for myself. Life is good. Everything's just peachy. But guess what? You owe $10,000 in credit cards. You owe $50,000 in student loans. You still have to make $250,000 worth of payments on your mortgage. So while you may have $200,000 cash in the bank, that's really doing you no good, because you actually, if you do the math, you have a negative net worth. And as you grow older, you should be having a positive net worth. Now, most people in their 20s and 30s, they're most likely going to be having a negative net worth. But as you go into your 40s and 50s, you need to be going on the positive side, and you need to be doing that rather quickly. So that's saving, investing in the market, buying more assets that don't have debt attached to them. That is something that you need to get into the habit of doing. And don't be scared. If you have a negative net worth, don't be scared. It's fine, right? You have to start somewhere, but you do have to start tracking this thing and making sure you're staying on top of that. And now for the final thing that I told you that will help you to manage your finances at the end of the video, plus one bonus surprise, and that is to automate your finances. We are humans. We are prone to mistakes. We are prone to forgetfulness. I know I am, and I know I am not perfect. So that is why I automate my finances. I automate which money goes into which account. I automate all my payments. I don't even pay my payments myself, because I know that I just don't want to forget things, right? I don't want to pay anything late, because you can have penalties, you can have late fees, and so on and so forth, right? So you have to make sure getting into the habit of automating your finances. Why do you want to do that? Number one, you won't forget anything. Number two, it's going to teach you a lesson in cash flow, because when you start automating your finances and having automatic deductions, what's going to happen is a couple times when you start, your account is going to get overdrawn Why is it overdrawn? Because you're not used to just money just coming out randomly on the 13th of the month to pay some bill that you usually wait to pay for on payday. That's what most people do. Most people only pay their bills on payday. And while that's fine, a lot of times you'll realize that a lot of your bills do not fall on payday. So then you're ending up paying late fees, you're ending up having to call up your service providers and ask for a grace period, and so on and so forth. And you don't want to do that. So automating your finances, take the plunge. You're gonna see it's gonna make your life stress-free because you don't have to remember anything. And now for the big surprise for 2024 at alwaystalkmoney.com, links in the description down below. All the ebooks that are on my website from the day this video drops. So if you're watching on a replay, I'm sorry, but you're gonna miss it. From the day this video drops, 8 a.m. on that day until the next 72 hours, all single ebooks on my website are gonna be $1. Yes, so that's the money management, that's the debt elimination, that's the investing ebook, and so on and so forth. Every single one for the next 72 hours is gonna be $1. And those are the single ebooks, so no bundles are going to be included in this sale because I want y'all to get started on the right foot for 2024. So those resources are going to be available for you for just $1. So hit the links in the description down below and go grab you your $1 ebook for the next 72 hours from when this video drops. And if you're watching on a replay and you're not within the 72-hour window, you can still go ahead and get you an ebook anyway. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great year financially. My name is Adrian. This is Always Talk Money, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.